Hey everybody, Jeremy here. So today I want to introduce you to the Milky Plant. So the Milky Plant is a machine that's designed to help you make fresh plant-based milk in the comfort of your own home in about 3 minutes. And what differentiates this machine from the traditional way of making plant-based milk is that this does all of the hard work for you. You don't have to worry about soaking your walnuts or cashews or almonds ahead of time and then blending them and then straining them all by hand, because the Milky Plant does all of that for you. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it does that. And I'm going to show you a few different recipes that you can also try in the Milky Plant for yourself. And if you're interested in picking up this machine, be sure to check out the link down in the description. It's going to take you over to the Milky Plant website where you can check out the machine. You can get some cool recipes and learn more about the company. And by the way, for every Milky Plant that is purchased, 5 trees are planted, and 1% of those proceeds goes towards helping to fight some of the planet's biggest environmental problems. So they're really big on sustainability and reducing waste. All right, so let me show you everything that comes in the box and show you how this machine works. Now, first, we got the Milky Plant here, but let's look at some of the smaller things first. So first up is this glass bottle that comes with the Milky Plant. It holds about 500 milliliters of liquid, or a little over 2 cups. And once you take the lid off, you'll be able to slide this right under the spout of the machine. So all of your plant-based milk or whatever fun concoction you decide to make will come right out of there into this glass container. And then at the very bottom is the drip reservoir, and that's where all the extra drippings are going to go. You can easily take this out for cleaning, and it also has this little metal grate down on the bottom that you can take out and also clean easily. And when you're done, you just simply pop it back in there and put it right back down into place. The second accessory that you're going to get is this metal scoop here that you can use to measure your different ingredients, especially all the nuts that you're going to be using to make your plant-based milk. You use this to get a good amount of it inside the machine so that you don't go over the max fill line. And then you're going to get this cleaning brush here. And don't worry, I'm going to show you how this cleans itself too, because it has a self-cleaning function. So those are the simple accessories that you get with the machine, along with a very nice instruction manual that's made of recyclable material. And then you also get some reading material that actually has seeds embedded inside of it. And you can tear this up and you can plant things and watch your plants grow. So that is really nice. All about environmental sustainability. All right, so let me show you how this machine works. Now, first of all, you're going to be putting all of the ingredients into the blending reservoir that is on the top of the machine, and it is held shut with this twist lid. There is a lock, and then there is an insert position. So all you have to do is give this a twist, and you can pop it right off, and down on the inside you can see the blade that's in there. And then when you're all done, you simply line up the arrow to the insert side and then give it a twist. And if it's plugged in, it's going to beep to let you know that it's nice and secure. On the back of the machine is also the water reservoir, and you can easily slide this in and out. There's this tab that you simply press down and it locks into place. Then you can slide the water container right out and you can fill this up. There's a minimum line and there's a maximum line. And once you get that all filled up with nice clean water, you slide it back in and push the tab back down. It pops itself back up, and now the water reservoir is firmly locked into place. Now, as I said in the beginning, this is a very easy machine to operate. You see, there's only 3 buttons here that you need to concern yourself with. Now, the first button is going to be the power button, in which you simply hold to turn it on. The button in the middle, that's the magic button for making your plant-based milk. You hold that, and then the entire process is going to start, and in about 3 minutes, you'll have the finished product. And then the last and final button here, where the water droplets are, is the self-cleaning function that you can use every time that you use the machine, just to make sure that everything is nice and clean. And whenever you do use the cleaning function, just like if you're going to be making the milk, just make sure that the water reservoir is above the minimum fill line, and then you will be good. Right here on the front of the machine, this is where the filtering sieve is. So you just simply twist this off. So all your ingredients have to pass through here before they go into the milk bottle. But here's the other thing. The pulp from your ingredients gets gathered inside the filtering sieve. So if you have something like cashews, for example, you're going to find the dry pulp inside of the filtering sieve, which you can then take out and you can either compost it or you can use it as an ingredient for some other recipes. So there can be zero waste when you use the Milky Plant. So with that, that's how simple it is to operate this machine. So let's run through a quick example of how everything works. First thing I'm going to be making here is simple cashew milk. You only need really one ingredient, and those are cashews. But you can also decide to sweeten it up by putting a little bit of maple syrup inside the reservoir as well. But for right now, we're just going to use cashews. So I got myself some plain whole cashews here. They are unsalted, they are unroasted, just plain old ordinary cashews. And now I'm going to take the milk bottle, take the top off, and I'm going to put it right underneath the spout here, let it rest into place. Now I'm going to give this top a twist to take it off. And now I'm going to add 1 scoop of cashews into this machine, and that's where this scoop comes in handy. Pretty much once you fill it up, that's how much you're going to need. So I'm just going to put these cashews right inside here. So the cashews are locked in here tight, and put anything else in there except for the cashews. And at this point, all I have to do is turn on the machine and press and hold the magic button. And in about 3 minutes, we're going to have ourselves some cashew milk. And after all of the blending is done, the milk comes right out into the bottle. And it is going to fill it up all the way to the top, 500 milliliters worth. And now our milk is done. Look at that. Nice milky color there. And then as for the taste, you guessed it, tastes just like cashews. And the best part about this is you just put the lid back on it. You can stick this in the refrigerator, and once it gets really nice and chilled, that's when it is at its best. All right, so that is our cashew milk. But if you don't just want to make plant-based milk, there are some other things that you can make as well. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make some berry lemonade. But before I do that, I need to clean the machine. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take this part off. So even though this machine does have a self-cleaning function, there are some things that you should also rinse off for yourself. For example, this piece here that we got from there, you give this a nice rinse, as well as the filtering sieve and the lid that goes on top of it. You can remove any pulp that you might want to save, and then you can just simply pop the lid back on here. Now, the other thing that we can use at this point is this cleaning brush here. So we just simply insert that right there, and then we pop it right back onto the machine, give it a twist to lock it into place, and then let me show you the inside of the blending chamber. So you can take a look at that and all the residue that was left over. And then as for this lid, this is also something that you should rinse off, but we can use the self-cleaning function to clean this part. Now, with fresh water inside of the tank, I'm going to take this measuring container and just put it right underneath the spout, and then I'm going to press and hold the clean button. And in 75 seconds, the self-cleaning process will be complete. And this is what the inside of the blending chamber looks like now. So everything is all nice and clean, and we can get started on the next recipe. So now that everything is cleaned up, I am going to make some berry lemonade. So yes, you can make other things outside of plant-based milk in the Milky Plant. And so it makes it nice and versatile. So for this, the ingredients are simple. I have myself a scoop of berries. I've got one strawberry that I cut in half, and then I also have half of a lemon wedge. And I'm going to add a little bit of maple syrup to this as well. So I'm just going to put everything down here inside of the reservoir. Now it does have a max fill line, so just got to be careful that you don't go above that. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon, give or take, of maple syrup. Look at that. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Take a little sip. Nice and refreshing. And like I said earlier, take this, pop the top back on it, stick this in the fridge, let it get nice and cold. Ooh boy. Now one of my personal favorites, pecans with maple syrup. So a scoop of pecans goes in, and then about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. So it's all done, and here is the finished product. And like I said, this is one of my favorites. I do love some pecans, but I also wanted to show you this filtering sieve here. So if you wanted to do something with the pulp left over from the pecans, take a look at that. So the pulp is all along the side. I can just scoop out a little bit here and put it on my finger. So it's all nice and dry, and there's a good amount of it in there too. So you can take all of this, and then you can use this in other ingredients, or you can use it as compost. But you got a pretty decent amount in there to use. So those are just a few of the recipes that you can make in the Milky Plant. So whether it's regular plant-based milk, lemonade, a dessert, or something in between, the Milky Plant is up for the challenge. And remember, if you want to learn more about the Milky Plant, get some great recipe ideas, and learn more about the company, check the link down in the description. It's going to take you to their website where you'll find all that wonderful information right there. So thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'm Jeremy, and I'll talk to you soon.